Blake Lively has now hired CIA alum as her own crisis PR agent in the legal battle with Justin. Now, before we get into who this person is and all that, like, you hired a crisis PR person.
B-list actress Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are not going to be pleased when they find this out.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, two Hollywood stars. One explosive legal battle. What started as a collaboration on the hit film It Ends With Us has turned into a courtroom drama filled with allegations, counter-allegations, and a media war that's gripping the world. But here's the twist. This isn't just about sexual harassment claims or defamation lawsuits. This is about power, reputation, and the lengths people will go to protect their image. And now, with former CIA operatives, high-profile PR crisis managers, and a $650 million legal showdown, this story is far from over. Let's break it down.
Time progressed in this film. She decided that she wanted to be a producer. She started to make edits. She wanted to be part of the editing team. There were people hired, like human beings, actually hired to do the editing job.
Blake Lively didn't hold back. In her lawsuit, she accused Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment, claiming he crossed boundaries on set. She alleged he entered her trailer while she was topless, showed her a graphic video of his wife giving birth, and even improvised unwanted kissing scenes without her consent. But that's not all. She also claimed Baldoni orchestrated a smear campaign to destroy her reputation after she spoke out.
Why would you want to take over someone's movie? The outfits in this end are so out of touch. No, we don't want to watch bullies like Blake. Yeah, I agree.
I would even argue with the comment.
Justin Baldoni, however, fired back. He denied every allegation and filed a $400 million countersuit, accusing Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, of conspiring to ruin his career. He even sued the New York Times for $250 million, claiming their coverage of the case was defamatory and one-sided. This isn't just a legal battle. It's a war of narratives, and both sides are pulling out all the stops to win.
Spare no expense. We are not going to be intimidated into settling.
She played with fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
When the stakes are this high, you don't just hire any PR team. Blake Lively brought in Nick Shapiro, a former CIA deputy chief of staff who served under President Obama. Shapiro's expertise? Crisis management during events like the Sandy Hook shooting and the Boston Marathon bombing. His job? To control the narrative and protect Lively's reputation.
That Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have moved to hire a PR crisis manager with deep government ties. As her legal battle with Justin Baldoni escalates, she's quietly working with Nick Shapiro, the CIA's former deputy chief of staff and senior advisor to former director John Brennan. So this guy, high up, just about as high up as you could possibly get.
But Baldoni wasn't about to be outdone. He hired Melissa Nathan, the PR guru who represented Johnny Depp during his infamous defamation trial against Amber Heard. Nathan's firm, the Agency Group, handles some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including Drake and Logan Paul. The message is clear. This isn't just a legal fight. It's a battle for public opinion, and both sides are armed to the teeth.
But Team Blake leaked back in August 13th as things were brewing. Before it really got to a head, right as it was about to, Justin hired a crisis PR team because he was hearing the rumblings. There were things leaking about him that were false.
The media has played a massive role in this saga, and the New York Times is at the center of it. Their 4,000-word expose on Blake Lively's allegations brought the case into the global spotlight. But Baldoni claims the article was biased and defamatory, leading to his $250 million lawsuit against the publication. The Times, however, isn't backing down. They've filed a motion to dismiss, arguing their reporting was protected under fair report privilege. According to them, they simply summarized Lively's complaint without adding any bias. But critics argue the article went beyond mere reporting, adding narrative and interpretation that favored Lively's side. The question is, did the Times cross the line, or were they just doing their job? The answer could have huge implications for both the case and the future of journalism.
Talking about Justin Baldoni, the lawsuit, and the mother of dragons, okay? So this suit alleges civil extortion, defamation, and a few other contract-related claims.
The legal battle has been anything but straightforward. Blake Lively's team requested access to Baldoni's phone records and text messages from the past 2 years, hoping to uncover evidence of the alleged smear campaign. But the judge, Louis Lyman, ruled the request was too broad and intrusive. Lyman questioned why Lively needed data from 2022 when the alleged campaign didn't start until 2024. He instructed her to narrow her subpoenas, but the ruling was a setback for her case. Meanwhile, Baldoni's team launched a website, thelawsuitinfo.com, to share private communications and court filings, claiming it exposes the truth about Lively's motives. The site has already sparked heated debates online, with fans and critics dissecting every detail. The courtroom drama is far from over, and every decision could tip the scales in this high-stakes battle.
Almost seemingly trying to shame him. Like, oh, look what he's resorted to. Johnny Depp's crisis PR one. You know, the one that lied about Amber is how I read this, which is just like...
One of the most controversial aspects of this case is the perceived double standards. Blake Lively hiring a PR crisis manager is seen as a smart move, but when Baldoni does the same, it's viewed as an attempt to destroy her reputation. Similarly, Lively's allegations of improvised kissing scenes have been questioned. Critics argue she may be exaggerating or fabricating claims, pointing to the lack of concrete evidence. Others compare her case to Amber Heard's, suggesting it could undermine real victims of sexual harassment. The debate raises important questions about credibility, bias, and the power dynamics at play in Hollywood.
Blake Lively claims tailored win, Justin Baldoni. Remember when we told you last week, the breaking news that Justin had a big win and Blake lost? Blake didn't get what she requests, which were completely overreaching records. And the judge is like, you can't have that.
Celebrity influence is a double-edged sword in this case. On one hand, Blake Lively's star power has brought global attention to her allegations. On the other hand, Justin Baldoni's connections and resources have allowed him to mount a formidable defense. Even Taylor Swift has been dragged into the conversation. Some fans speculate that her silence on the matter speaks volumes about Lively's credibility, given Swift's own successful countersuit in a sexual harassment case. But others argue Swift's neutrality is simply a matter of self-preservation. In Hollywood, alliances can make or break a career, and this case is no exception.
How she can do this, but when Justin does it, why is he hiring a PR team to defend himself? Because you guys are in a battle, and you guys were both leaking stories about each other, it seems. And he, if he was doing anything leaking, sounds like it was all in defense of himself.
At its core, this case is about more than just Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It's about the power dynamics in Hollywood, the role of the media, and the lengths people will go to protect their reputation. It's also a cautionary tale. For every high-profile case that ends in justice, there are others that spiral out of control, leaving careers and lives in ruins. As the legal battle continues, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. And with so much at stake, the world will be watching every twist and turn. Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. A legal battle that's redefining Hollywood. With $650 million on the line, former CIA operatives in the mix, and a media war that's dividing fans, this is one scandal you won't want to miss. But as the drama unfolds, one question remains: who will come out on top? Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started.